Polls showed the U.S. presidential race was tight, but Donald Trump drew widespread support and easily defeated Vice President Kamala Harris on November 5th.
They came from all corners, union, non-union, African American, Hispanic American, Asian American, Arab American, Muslim American. We had everybody.
Trump overcame 34 felony convictions for falsifying business records to become the first Republican presidential candidate in 20 years to win the popular vote.
Why some candidates are Teflon covered and others are not, I can't answer the question for you. Why, Donald Trump's record, for instance, of infidelity and problems with some of the criminal stuff has not stuck to him.
What has stuck is the recurring message Trump has communicated to voters for years.
And that is, I hear you. I understand your struggle. I understand that things are not as good as they could be, and I'd like to help you out. I'd like to make it easier. The press and the media like to talk about some of the crazy things he's said and all of that. But at the end of the day, it's been a very strong America First message.
All right, we're rolling. Good to see you, sir.
Trump's campaign targeted key audiences, often through podcasts and social media, that drew millions of views.
They targeted young men. They targeted those that didn't vote. They targeted those individuals that, have struggled under the last several years of inflation, and that's paid off.
Harris had about 100 days to run her campaign after President Joe Biden withdrew from the race in July. That compressed time frame hurt her chances, Riley says.
And a lot of criticism will go with Biden that he should have stepped out and exited sooner, right? But if he had left earlier, right, 30, 60, 90 days earlier, there would have been a primary, right? And Harris may not have been the candidate.
Harris was also hampered by her connection to an unpopular president.
It was clear that the American public wanted change. And for many individuals, they saw this as a continuation, for good or bad, of the Biden administration.
Other analysts say Harris focused too much on abortion rights and too little on the economy.
Far less than 1% of American voters are ever going to have to deal with abortion directly or indirectly. All voters have to deal with inflation, gas prices, home energy prices, less take-home pay.
There's no way to calculate how much, if at all, being a woman of color hurt Harris.
I don't think, quite frankly, that this really had to do with race and ethnicity or gender at all this time around. The messaging that Trump had really resonated just much more deeply than Harris for so many of these voters around the country.
A message that carried him to victory. Dora Mekouar, VOA News, Washington.